So these are short tips of what I had discovered by myself, actually, for spiritual belief and how to mix and what is okay, and in a common sense way of how it's okay to mix certain items together. So the first one I want to talk about was the Moses statue with the Ten Commandments. And it talks about, obviously, the two lines that I like from the Ten Commandments that I can actually only remember, actually, is thou shalt not sleep with thy neighbor's wife. And this obviously applies to thou shalt not sleep with thy neighbor's husband. And because as there's no judgment, it wouldn't be solely the man's fault only with sleeping with thy neighbor's wife. So this has to be vice versa in a common sense way of thinking that it applies to both. And thou shalt not kill, which is obvious. And I have the Saint Monica rosary beads and her picture, which is symbolically, it's not her picture, but it's like a metal charm thing with a rose on it. And it's symbolically that these items are knowingly known to have powers, and it's supposed to stop people from getting raped, which is what Saint Monica is known for, is to protect people from getting raped. And another is the Infinity Soulmate statue. And also, so just with these basic 3 items, purchasable pretty much at an online store or any Catholic store that you can find. They don't necessarily have to be blessed at a church, because in the Christian realm of religion, only if you seek to practice deep into Catholicism, that's when you would want your items blessed. But in the other Christian aspect and realms, such as angels, statues, and all these, they all have powers already. So in the Christian realm, you don't really need them blessed. And they will work, obviously. So it's not something that it's an item that needs to be blessed to have powers. It already has powers. The day it's made, it has powers. It's symbolic for those people, so it has powers already. So how the Infinity statue works is, if you touch it and if you have it, then you will eventually be granted your Infinity Divine Couple Soulmate statue. Not statue, but your soulmate, divine Infinity Soulmate person. With that being said, it's not just going to be that any soul mates any soul, because that is not proper and that is not correct. So obviously that's not going to happen, and if it does, then there's something terribly wrong happening. So that's one item. And then the thou shalt not sleep with thy neighbor's wife and her husband. And another item is actually, I just had my brain in the air, I can't even think. Another item that I have is, okay, so I have the Infinity statue and the Moses 10 Commandments and the Saint Monica rosary with her charm image and imprinted powerful pendant. So what I'm saying is, to have this, obviously, as a recipe and as a way of creating some sort of protection in a religious arts and craft way obviously shows that these items, when combined, and not combined, but when having in your home, obviously says a sentence such as, you will not get raped, you will only meet your real divine soulmate partner. That's what these three items together will obviously mean. So when looking at all these, and I did place a statue that I purchased from a Catholic place, and it was very expensive. It's not that big, it was 100 something bucks, and it's an angel that helps with memory loss. So I have always had a memory loss issue, and ever since I purchased that statue, and have been taking crow oil as well, because I do correlate science with religion and everything else. It's just like a big collage that I have discovered living life, basically. So those two conjoin in helping me with memory loss, have given me a lot of help and memory to actually remember on a daily basis that it's not okay to eat from my tree of knowledge, which is my brain, if I'm gonna say that about the amount of times my memory loss has been. So, and when we're talking about fairness and equality and law and order and things like that, such as the Ten Commandments and things like that, we can't just say these things that occur on a daily basis to me and people in my home is okay, because it is definitely not. So what is going on here? It seems almost as somebody wants to ruin belief, science, and every belief, to actually call us all, basically call everything off, and every belief in the universe off, and just call it whatever. So I mean, at the end of the day, if these attacks are this extreme and this high, then obviously we're going to just eventually be at a state and a point where there's no belief, nothing. And if it comes to end of the world, or if it comes to anything, then what's the point of reality, life, and what is real at the end of the day? If science cannot help save a planet, if religion can't, if nothing can't, then what is the point? What is the point? What is reality in the end? So, I mean, all these things have to combine in conjunction to be suitable fit, to be able to have trust in life and the universe and survival tactics. And if there isn't, then where's hope, where's faith, where's anything? We're just back to zero belief, and that is just totally backwards. And why do we have life? Why do we have a future? Why do we have school? Why do we have studies? Why do we have anything? Just at the end of the day, just say, oh, this was hocus pocus, junk and bullshit.